the best month in Edmonton to buy a home? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the Edmonton real estate market and the best month to buy a home. Now, I'm going to give you a really easy answer right at the beginning, but I'll dig into a little bit further. The best month to buy a home in Edmonton is, you guessed it, the month that you need to buy a home. Now, I know that seems like maybe a cop-out answer, but people always try to time the market, and I want to know and learn more about what your situation is, because that's actually more important. Are you moving here for work? Are your kids coming here for school? What is the moving factor, the motivation for you to come here? And if those things don't matter, so for example, if you have to come and move here for December for work, the best month for you to buy that home is a few months before, so you can actually coordinate the move and get here maybe for November, get settled in before you move. Now, that's only if you have one item to consider. If you have kids' schedules to consider, whether it be extracurricular activities or school, you want to time everything. So guess what happens? A lot of people end up buying a house March, April, May, so they can coordinate a move in the summertime. Because then that way they can move in the house in the summer while school is out, and while usually it's easier to take a summer vacation off, they can do the whole moving, and it's also warm, so it makes it easier to move versus moving in the winter time. So if it comes to best time to move, that would be the best time to move weather-wise. Now, if you're buying a house March, April, May, that is the busiest time of year when it comes to buying a house in Edmonton. And honestly, in any spring market, it will be the most hectic. So it depends on what you're using for criteria of what is the best month to buy. There will be more houses and more choices available, but there will also usually be more buyers out as well looking to buy homes. So you may be higher chance in multiple offers because more people are wanting that home. If you're looking for the quietest time to buy a home, less buyers on the market, that's usually the end of the year, and you would have less choices because that's usually what happens. Is by the end of the year, there's not a whole lot for sale and not a lot of sellers are putting their home on the market. If you're looking at new build properties, the end of the year is usually ideal because they're trying to meet quota. So November, December is usually the best month. I would say December when you're buying new, because the fact that they're trying to hit everything and hit their numbers. Come January, the new ticker starts and they're not as prime, and they're also thinking, oh, we've got the spring market. Don't forget, builders also have deeper pockets to hold onto their properties longer. So though that they might be willing to negotiate depending on what the market is like, they also can just not. And we've seen recently that over the years, they've gone from very negotiable when you see offers and incentives to no incentives at all and constant price increases in their properties. When you see price increases constantly, you know that the negotiation is not coming. Now, recently as well, the legal fees have no longer been included. They used to be included, but they've reduced a lot of the different things that they're offering as builders. Now, that being said, I'm talking as a giant whole. You can talk to different builders. They all have different incentives that they may or may not offer. Some of them never did offer legal fees to begin with included for closing costs. But don't forget as well, the legal closing costs are around $1,000, $1,500 to $2,000. That's what you'd be saving. So sometimes they use marketing to, I don't want to say manipulate, but sometimes convince you to purchase with them with all these little bells and whistles. So think about what kind of home you're buying when you're considering what best month, when you want to move, and also where you're looking to move as well. There are certain areas in our city that are more in high demand than others, and so that also can play a factor in the timing. At the end of the day, you want to know a little bit more about the location, price, type of home that you're buying, but you also want to understand what your motive is. Realtor really needs to understand, are you moving for work? Do you have children to consider? Do you have pets to consider? All these things will help us help you figure out what is the best month for you to buy a home in Edmonton, Alberta.